Do you long to live a life that honors God, a life that reflects His heart? This is what it looks like. It begins with relationship, not a surface-level connection, not just knowing facts about Him, but truly knowing Him. You spend time with Him, not out of obligation, but because you crave His presence. Your prayers aren't just lists of requests, they're conversations. You speak, you listen, you pour out your soul, and in those sacred moments, your heart aligns with His will. Worship isn't reserved for Sundays. It becomes your life. At work, at home, in every interaction, you carry His presence with you. You honor Him not in bits and pieces, but in everything you do. And when storms rage, you hold on to Him. You trust that even in chaos, His plan is unfolding, working for your good. To love God is to love people. It's seeing them not with human eyes, but with His. Their race, status, or background fade into insignificance. They are His creation, His children. You'll encourage the weary, lift the broken, and listen to the unheard. You'll give not just things, but yourself, your time, your attention, your compassion. When you're wronged, you won't seek revenge. Instead, you will forgive. Not because it's easy, but because you've been forgiven. You'll pray for those who hurt you, love those who oppose you, and bless even those who curse you. This kind of love defies human reason. It is God's love flowing through you. Your life will be grounded in His Word. The Bible will not gather dust on a shelf. It will be alive in you. Every verse, every truth will shape your choices, your character, your very being. You'll turn away from sin not out of fear, but because you know His ways bring true freedom. Integrity will define you. Your words will carry truth. Your actions will reflect honor. Gossip will have no place in your life. Instead, you will speak kindly, lifting others up with your words. You'll live humbly, not seeking applause, but pointing all glory back to God. When uncertainty comes, and it will, you won't lean on your own understanding. You'll lean on Him. You'll trust that His ways are higher, His plans better. Even in pain, even in waiting, you will hold fast, knowing that He is shaping you, refining you, strengthening you. Loving God means loving justice and mercy. When you see pain, you won't look away. You'll defend the weak, speak for the voiceless, and work to make wrong things right. But justice will always walk hand in hand with mercy. Even to the undeserving, you will show kindness because you know the mercy God has shown you. And you will live with gratitude. You'll recognize that every blessing, every victory comes from Him. Even in hardship, you will give thanks because your joy is not rooted in circumstances. It's rooted in eternity. This world is not your home, and you live with your eyes fixed on heaven. You'll guard your heart, watching what you let in. You'll choose what draws you closer to Him and reject what pulls you away, because what fills your mind shapes your life. Above all, you will live with eternity in view. You won't chase fleeting pleasures or temporary treasures. Instead, you'll live for that moment when you stand before Him and hear the words, "Well done, good and faithful servant." But maybe you feel far from this right now. Maybe you're thinking, how can I ever be that person? Here's the truth. You can't do it alone. No matter how hard you try, you'll fall short. You'll fail, you'll stumble, you'll feel the weight of your flaws. But God never asked you to do this in your own strength. The life He calls you to is a life powered by His Spirit. It's not about striving, it's about surrendering. You admit your weakness, your inability, and you invite the Holy Spirit to take over. He is your strength. He is your guide. He is your source. The Holy Spirit doesn't just help you resist temptation. He changes you. He softens your heart, reshapes your desires, and fills you with a joy that makes obedience no longer a burden, but a privilege. To live this life, you must stay connected to God. Like a branch clings to the vine, you must cling to Him. Spend time with Him daily, not out of obligation, but because you can't live without Him. Dive into His Word. Let it transform you, renew your mind, and remind you of who He is and who you are in Him. When you feel weak, remember, His power is perfect in your weakness. When you can't see what He's doing, trust that He is at work. The Holy Spirit will produce His fruit in your life: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These aren't things you force. They are the natural result of His presence in you. And when you fail, and you will, don't give up. The Holy Spirit doesn't abandon you in your struggles. He is committed to completing the work He began in you. So start here. Surrender your heart. Stay connected. Trust Him. Walk in faith. He will lead you. He will empower you. And He will transform you into the person He created you to be.